Girl. Really chilled. Estrid is going to the vets this week, aren't you? For an MOT. And I can't in good conscience take you out in public looking like this. So you need a bath, don't you? Yes, you need a bath because look at you. We'll start with the mane, because believe it or not, Estrid, this is meant to be white, and it's currently beige, isn't it? She's turned feral. I must say, she has turned a bit feral, and she's spookier than usual, aren't you? Because I haven't really been doing anything with you. You've been mooching about in the field, living your best life, eating everything, like she's so fat, aren't you? Your tail is definitely the most disgusting colour. It is basically, well, let's not beat around the bush, it's basically wee colour. You've weed in it. It's muddy and it's wee, and you've got a little clump of poop there as well. Really let yourself go, pony. Estrid hates having a bath. She hates water. She hates being cold. I even took some water containers home and filled it up with warm water from the house, specifically so Estrid could have a nice toasty bath. Such a farty pants. Right, let's get the big bits of mud off you. I get loads of questions about this brush. It is the summer brush that I got from, it's the summer brush that I got from Glaze and Gordon a few years ago, and it is magical at getting mud off. So there's a patch of mud here. Gone. It's so good. Okay, mud off. Let's get most of the dust out. This is another brush of that. Borstic Farm. Very nice. That was a Christmas present from Dan. Do love a good wooden natural bristle brush. Oh, you are. Molting. It's your summer coat leaving us. Okay, so I've boiled some kettles and I've got the warm water from home. This will be really toasty, stop it. Right, let's see what we've got in the wash bucket. I think we're actually running low. Let's do some conditioning shampoo to start with, and then we'll do another bucket of clean water without any shampoo in to rinse. Double. And a little bit of medicated as well. Okay, if anyone has any top tips, please let me know. But my technique is I have one bucket of soapy water and I will brush them. I'll take like a jug each time and a brush with a sponge and the bristly bits. Add a little bit more shampoo to the sponge and then give her like a good brush. Then I do that all over her body and then I switch to a clean one and then I rinse it all off. It works for me, I guess. Right. We'll do it all over first and then we'll use the blue shampoo on just your mane and tail, huh? And I do her head with a cloth because she doesn't really like, I mean she doesn't like water in general, but she really doesn't like it on her head. Are you cross? shouldn't get so dirty then, should you? Are we looking up your nose? Right, round 1 of the mane. Oh, it's a bit dry actually, probably need a bit more moisture. We don't bop. Now we've done the initial shampoo of everywhere. We're going to purple shampoo your mane and tail, aren't we? Get you extra gleaming. The other thing I do before I rinse is I get a piece of baler twine and I get as much of the soapy water off as possible, because then I don't have to rinse quite so much. And this is easier than a sweat scraper because I can put more pressure on and get in all the nooks and crannies. Okay, rinse time. I'm just going to take this big wimp for a graze in the sunshine to dry off a bit, and then we'll bring her back, put her rug on. I'll give you an after then, the grand reveal. It won't be very grand. I've never been very good at making my pony nice and clean, to be honest. I feel like I'm the only person in the world that didn't know this, but Elphick of Vent Ponies has had a few horses injured this year, and I watch her on YouTube. She's been doing a lot of hand grazing, and she said she does this so the horses don't stand on a lead rope. Just flick your lead rope underneath your throat lash and it keeps it out of the way, and it is revolutionary. I might have actually been the only person in the world that didn't know that, but just in case there's someone else, highly recommend. Here we go. A clean tail, a very clean mane, and a largely clean pony. Good morning. We are all hitched up and ready to go for Estrid to go for her checkup at the vet. She has been a very good pony and is pretty clean, aren't you? You're like, yes, I stayed nice and clean for you. Shall we head out, Estrid? D-Day. She's like, no thanks. I'm going to ignore you. Good girl. In you go. Oh, you're so good. So we've got a really lovely vet called Marco, which actually he was at Montlesoir in 2012, which is where I rode Tizzy at the Europeans, which is cool, so that's funny, it's a small world. We've done all the trot ups and stuff, and he's saying that actually Estrid looks pretty good. There is a few strides that he's a bit like, oh, that didn't look great, but he's saying that she's ready to start doing a bit more work. But before he really decides, they're going to do some x-rays and some ultrasounds. At least I was right which leg was lame, so it was her like not right on, it was a back right leg. So yeah, I just wait in the van, read a book until they come and get me. Okay, finally done. It is much later than when I left you. I read my book for a bit.
It was not insincere.
But they then had a few other things come in that took priority, which is entirely fine. This is one of the biggest equine hospitals in the area, and obviously they do a lot of the emergencies and surgeries and things. So Estrid got bumped back the queue, which is a wonderful feeling that your horse is not bad enough to need to be seen immediately. but she was x-rayed literally from the tip of her hoof up to her stifle, and she's got beautiful joints, I tell you. There is signs of a bone fragment. It's not actually a fragment come off, but just kind of when you look at an x-ray you can see where either there's been more remodelling, so there's a little bit like that, but that might be just what she has anyway, so that might be inconsequential. And then they also scanned suspensories and stuff like that, and said, there's just a car coming, and said that basically she does have a slightly larger suspensory on the right, but again that could be inconsequential, that could just be anatomical for her. There's no swelling anywhere, there's no change to any of the fibres of the soft tissue, so that's really, really good. So I guess I haven't really told you much about what went on in the first place, so let's get her back home and we'll go through kind of my thought process of why I pulled her out of that 1-star and why we're now getting her checked over before we start work again, and I'll let you know what kind of the vet said the plans were. Look who's back, Wiz! He's like, yeah. Estrid, come on. I know, Wizzle, she's back. We're back. Estrid is munching away happily. You're so sweaty from the sedation, aren't you? I'll have to give you a bath tomorrow. So yes, why I made the decision I made, and I never really talk about stuff like that, like injuries and stuff with horses, like at the time. I like to see how it plays out before I kind of share it and stuff. But after Long Mynd, Estrid just wasn't right. She just wasn't moving right. And when she, in the end of May, ran through 2 fences and needed stitches and had that accident, it was the right hand side of her body that was kind of the worse off. So although all her stitches were on the left, the right took an absolute beating. And she just didn't look right, and especially on a right circle. So I decided obviously to give her some time off, take her shoes off, give her some time off. It wasn't worth risking doing any more competitions when I had a hunch that something was not as it should be. Now, we all thought, the vets, the physios, me, we all thought that it was probably soft tissue and a little bit higher up, around kind of the hip area, because we had a bit of a slip on Long Mynd, and Long Mynd was quite hilly, and we had a bit of a slip, an off-camber slip, and I thought that was when kind of maybe something got re-exacerbated from before. And the only real way to find out if there's a deep muscle tear is MRI, and it's really pointless because there's no point imaging if it's not going to change the treatment plan. So we decided not to, give her some time off, and now we've got to kind of the end-ish of her time off. We wanted to have a bit of an MOT and check all the really important structures to make sure that wasn't causing any issues before I started work again. So they've x-rayed her from feet to stifles. You can't x-ray higher up because it's too big, and it all looks really, really good. There's a little bit of bony remodelling, but it's old and there's no effusion around it, or the joint spaces are lovely. There's a little bit of so one suspensory is larger than the other, but that also can be fairly normal, and again there's no swelling around it, and it's moving really well, and all the fibres look really good on imaging. So all of the things that could be long-term issues, and of course muscle tears can be long-term issues, but all of those things that are a little bit more common and could mean that we have to think about her ridden career and my aspirations differently, seem to all be okay, which is good. So we can't confirm which muscle that we think is she's had a tear in, but the vet is pretty sure that seeing as the legs seem completely fine, that it is quite likely on kind of the subjective assessment that I've given him and what he's seen today. So that makes me feel pretty good, to be fair. So now she's got another couple of weeks of a holiday off, then I'm going to get Ben to put the shoes back on, and then we're going to really gradually come back into work. We're not going to do any serious work this year. We're just literally going to bimble around, walk mostly, do lots of hills, different terrain and stuff. There's going to be nothing that exciting, but it just means that I can work and ride her and make sure that she doesn't regress at all. So she's going to be ridden for, I think it's 2 or 3 weeks before then being seen by the vet again. Anyway, so he's going to see her again once we've had a couple of weeks work, and then if she's completely fine, she'll then have some of the winter off and we'll start training again next year. So yes, I'm really glad I listened to my gut that something was up, because I think had I gone to that 1 star, then whatever was wrong could have been made much, much worse. So yeah, she's got clipped stifles and legs now, and she was there like shivering, such a big wimp. But I'm really pleased that it all seems good. I was umming and ahhing about having the vet checkup, because I was like, is it pointless doing all that imaging, because she is getting better and she seems fine, so we're not going to change my rule. As I said, is anything going to change if we image, yes or no? But actually, if something came up, then yes, I think I would have changed my plan. So I think it was a good idea. I don't regret it anyway, and it's not invasive or anything. So yeah, all good. That's the Estrid update. So hopefully in a few weeks' time, the next kind of Estrid update will be me getting back on. Hey? Are you still on Whistle's feed? Monkey.